And I'm here also with the support staff from the Gauteng Provincial Legislature supporting this committee that has come here today to come and visit you, the community of Khutso. We are not alone. We are here with the Department of Sport, Arts, Culture and Recreation. They are here officials from the department. We were supposed to have come with the MEC. The MEC is held up in another engagement. So the officials, senior management from the department are here, who are going to give us a presentation and inform us what the department have done for this community. So with those few words, I declare the meeting officially open, and I welcome you all in this hall today. Before we start, I must declare this venue as the precinct of Gauteng Provincial Legislature, so that everything that is going to happen in this hall, we must regard this hall as if we are in the legislature. The conduct that we are going to do here, everything that will be here, we will do them as if we are at the legislature. So I, Disebo Tlebere, the chairperson of the Sports, Arts, Culture and Recreation Portfolio Committee of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature, declare Khutso Multipurpose Community Hall as the precinct of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature for the duration of this session, in line with Rule 56, subsection 1, subsection 2 of the standing rules of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature. So we may now start with the proceedings of the meeting. You are all welcomed here. We also thanking you for making time to come and engage with us your issues and the good things that the department are doing and the things that you will want to see happening moving forward. As the Gauteng Provincial Legislature Portfolio Committee, which is Portfolio Committee, it does not implement any decision. Our task is to make sure that the department implement the decisions and the commitment that they have done to the communities. If the department at the start of the year have said, Rona, as the Department of Sports, this is what we will do for the community of Khutso. Ours as the Portfolio Committee is to make sure that those that they have committed is being executed as it is, that the funds and the commitment, they go directly as they were committed to. So our Portfolio Committee, Sarona, is to hold the executive and the department accountable to the commitment that they have made. So I think we must understand that we are not implementing any decisions. We are merely holding the department and the MEC accountable. Hence, when we come to you as the committee, we come to you with the department so that Bona, they can come and say, this is what we have done. Normally, we come with the MEC of Sport, Arts, Culture and Recreation and the HOD and the management, all those, the managers, the chief directors, they come here and then tell you what they have done. And then, Luna, you will then engage us and say, this is what we have done. We are supposed to have done this meeting on issues of health, of Department of Health. And other Honorable Diacher is not here. She has submitted her apology. Honorable Miller is not feeling well. She made an appointment with the doctor a long time, so the doctor is available today. And the MEC also has sent an apology that he would have wanted to be here, but because of other commitment, he's the MEC of 2 departments, so he cannot be here. But we are going to also take your written submission so that others, they can get the attention of the MEC. So with that, I will now give the department an opportunity to come and present to community of Khutso. Thank you very much. Who's presenting? We have from the department Chief Director of Corridor Coordination from Department of Sport, Arts, Culture and Recreation. So she's here on behalf of the MEC to present to us the commitment that they will have made to this community. So we will give our CD an opportunity to do so. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chair, Ms. Tlebere, honorable members of the Portfolio Committee, staff members. Chair, as you have indicated, I'm not alone. I am with the senior management of the Department of Sports, Arts, Culture and Recreation. Also the senior management of the GFC. I'm not going to be introducing everyone because we've got a large team. Let me just indicate that we've got Chief Director for Arts, Culture and Heritage, Ntate Shane Maja. And then we have Chief Director responsible for Sports and Rec, Me Pilasande Muvevi. We've got the Chief Financial Officer, who is the CFO of the department, Ntate Letlogonolo Mokoena. We have the Director responsible for Library, Me Vonani Baloi. We have the Acting Director responsible for Infrastructure, Kagiso Moreriani. We also have the Director that is responsible for the West Corridor, which is this side of Gauteng. This is where we are. His name is Bobondlanguza. So you must take note of him. He is the man who's supposed to be taking care of you. And then we also have the CEO of the Gauteng Film Commission, Ausiki Tumetse Lebak. Thank you so much, colleagues. You are all recognized. We also have deputy directors, assistant directors, the general staff. I forgot Chief Director responsible for corporate services, Dr. Masondo. I hope I'm not leaving anyone except our deputy directors, assistant directors, and the support staff. Thank you so much. You are all recognized, and thank you for attending. Good morning to the honorable members, the staff of the legislature, and most important to the community of the West Corridor. Today I am here representing Gauteng Department of Sports, MEC Matume Chilwani, and HOD China Machinini. I must indicate, Honorable Chair, that HOD is on his way. He should be entering at any time from now. So let's go straight to the report. I'm not sure if it's projecting on the screen. Yes. Honorable Chair, today we are just going to give a high level on what is it that the department has done for this community, but the programs that we are also doing within this community. Just on this slide, honorable members, I'm just giving an overview in terms of the demographics of this particular community, the number of towns that we have within this corridor, the population in general of this corridor, and in terms of the population demographics, largely you will notice that 86.5, it's mainly dominated by black, African black people. Chair, I must indicate that that does not exclude the fact that we've got the colored areas, we also have the white communities, but the large number would be black communities. Chair, within this particular municipality, we have the facilities, the sports facilities, which includes the community halls that are utilized for sports, events, and cultural activities. I must indicate, Chair, due to budget constraints that we find ourselves in, it is a bit difficult for us to maintain and ensure that we build more facilities, but the municipality is indeed responsible for ensuring that whatever facilities that are here are taken care of and are serving our communities. Part of the programs that we do, we ensure that we promote the culture and the heritage within this particular community. But most importantly, we also have several activities that we are doing regarding reading and literacy through the library services. In terms of the high level, Honorable Chair.
Before, my apologies, I have to, those who want this item, who can hear maybe the English that she's speaking, we have these items that those that want, it can interpret Afrikaans, Sesotho, Xhosa, and Shivenda and Xitsonga. So those that want this, they can come forward to Lwandile. Thank you. You may continue. Okay, you must raise your hands and then he will come and give it to you. Thank you. You may continue, Sidi.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chair. I'm not sure if I'm audible to everyone. Yeah, I believe so. So in terms of the high level, Honorable Chair, on the programs that we have implemented as the department for 24-25, we had Western holiday programs. We also had West Corridor School Program Leagues that we are doing in schools. Would normally call them the Wednesday Leagues. We also had Arts and Culture Premier Social Cohesion programs that includes dance, music, and theater that we are doing within this community. Petucho Wellness Day is what we would normally call it the aerobics. We have that name for our aerobic sessions, which is recreational programs. We also have that within our community. And Western Swimming Gala, which was implemented on the 25th of January in 2025. In terms of the library, Chair, what we have done, it's quite interesting. We have installed the facial recognition system. This system is able to tell how many people are going to the libraries, at what time, even the gender, even the age categorization. So this system is assisting us to determine the level of people who are reading within this particular community. This system was installed in January 2025. And we have also installed the service for the blind and the visually impaired. Those are the libraries that we have installed this equipment in. And what we have also done, Honorable Chair, is to procure stationery for all libraries in March 2025. We also assisting in terms of procurement of the cleaning materials. We fully support, and we have bought the 120 computers and 75 tablets for these libraries. And we also supported Carltonville Library with the Gauteng network system to ensure that our libraries are fully covered in terms of network. So in terms of sports and rec, the programs that we're implementing in 2025, without me necessarily going into details on each program, but as I've indicated that we've got recreational programs, we have your aerobics, we have a kiddies game as part of our APP targets, honorable members, and then Western chess, athletics cross country, and netball coaching courses that we are giving to the coaches. Athletic cross country, I've also alluded to that. You will also notice that we have indicated the dates in which all these programs are implemented at. And then we also have the gymnastics, Western basketball, Randfontein Rural Football League. Those are the dates that we are implementing these programs. And then we also have winter games that will be starting between the 6th of June and between the 6th and the 7th of June. And when we go to the arts and culture and heritage programs, these are some of the programs that we are implementing within this space for 25-26 financial year. We have dance workshops. Remember, I've indicated that our premier social cohesion programs includes dance theater. So those are the dance programs that we have within the public space. And we eventually will have the main festival on the 15th of June 2025. We also have poetry sessions on Sundays, theater for change workshops, theater and poetry main festival, which it will be hosted on the 3rd of September this year. In terms of the library, honorable members, we are transferring funds to the municipality, and we have just given you at high level for 24-25 the funds that we have transferred to the municipalities. In total, we have transferred 82,507,000, but this is a combination of the conditional grants and the equitable share. That is for 24-25, but you will notice for the financial year 25-26, there is a slight change, particularly on the equitable share. Due to the budget cuts, you will notice that the funds have went slightly down, but on the conditional grants, there's a slight improvement. So the total transfer for this financial year would be 82,707,000. So these are the programs that are implemented in our libraries, which include the readathon, it's the reading competition, the Born to Read. These are the programs that we undertake in the clinics. We encourage pregnant women to start reading for their unborn children. And then we have the youth commemoration event, which is part of the build-up program towards the youth month. And then local authors, we also encourage them to publish local books. This is the masterclass that we also support. And then we'll also be hosting the International Archives Day. You'd know, Chairperson, that we have the archive in this corridor. The provincial archive is based in this corridor. And then we also have an activity that is called Friends of the Archive that we'll be undertaking. So the funds that we are transferring to the municipalities, honorable members, they are utilized for the following: appointment of staff, procurement of books, maintenance of these libraries, for the security, training, and operationalization of these libraries. And these are the libraries that we are supporting within the municipalities. It's Mogale City, local municipality. Merafong, there are a number of libraries under each municipality. Merafong municipality and Rand West local municipality. So you'll note that under those municipalities, there are a number of libraries that we are assisting in terms of maintenance and support. Honorable members, in terms of the infrastructure for 25-26, these are the new projects that we are working on. Coxworth Community Library, we are anticipating to finish this project by August 2026. Zurbecom Community Library, the anticipated completion date would be in October 2026, which is next year. We are finalizing the combi courts at Wedella Primary School. This should be ready by next week, which is the 5th of June 2025. This is just a 3D view of the Coxworth Community Library. This is how it will look like after the completion. This is how Zurbecom Library will be looking like. So those are the projects that are coming within your space. In terms of the Gauteng Film Commission, for 25-26, we have supported honorable members. These productions, Ben Made It, Vuga Ekasi, Manseville Misstep. Just to explain to the community, the Gauteng Film Commission, it's the entity of the department that focuses on filmmakers and the producers and those who have interest in the film space. So those are the programs that we are supporting as the Film Commission. And then in terms of enterprise development, we have done the grapefruit gardens and OTP project and services. Those are the areas that beneficiaries are coming from: Mohlakeng, Roodepoort, and Krugersdorp. So, Honorable Chair and members of the Portfolio Committee and community members, at a high level, those are the projects and programs that we are implementing within this space. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much to Ms. Tsidi. I'm sure if you've been listening and taking notes, you'll be aware of the presentation made by Tsidi of the department and Gauteng Film Commission. This is not just for Gauteng, but it's for the entire West Rand community. It's for also Mogale, Merafong, and Rand West City local municipality. So these are just what the department has done so far and what it will do from now up until other years. You've seen that we have libraries that will be completed in 2026. So now we are going to give you an opportunity to ask questions of clarity. All the department senior staff that are here will be responding. It won't be the responsibility. Each one will respond according to the cluster that you will be asking. Later, if you don't have questions, it's fine. We will take it that you are satisfied and you are appreciative of what the department have been doing. And also, we will also take written submission because we don't want you to get cold. We understand it's winter and you might not be feeling very comfortable with the weather that we are in. And now I will now give my fellow honorable member who's here with me, Honorable Miso, to facilitate this session of taking in questions for clarity and any other contributions that you'll want to pass on to the department. Member Miso. So,
Ayeye Kutsong ayeye. Ayeye Kutsong ayeye. Ayeye Kutsong ayeye. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. To the community at large, we just want to welcome you and hoping that your participation will be meaningful to the department. You have the right to raise the concerns, whether it's through this presentation that I've just made here or outside this presentation, on any issues that has to do with sports, art and recreation. You are welcome to make inputs in that regard. I am going to point hands from this side, then soon as the officials are done answering the questions and the concern for noting from this side, we'll then go to this side. Can you show hands on what you want? If you are interested in saying a concern, a question, or anything that you just want to raise with the department. Those who are interested to have inputs, kindly come forward, please. From my left. Once we are done with this side, we are not going to allow a brainwave so that our meeting can be finished on time. Anyone that has an input, anything to say regarding sports, art and recreation, please come forward from my left-hand side. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Miso. You will say your name and where you come from and then you tell us your story. Thank you.
Sanibonani. Ngegama ngu-Obed Khumalo. Ngichamuka eZirbekom, Rand West Municipality. eZirbekom mina ngihlala eWaterpan, kunendawo ebizwa Waterpan. I'm a little concerned. 2023 Alexandra location, there was a very same sitting where the MEC of sports herself said before the sitting, Guti, there's a startup kit, a football that was supposed to be donated to Golf United FC that is being ran by me. So on top of that, she also ordered ukuthi ngidonated 2,000 rand ukuthi sikwazi uku-affiliate ku-league. The 2,000 rand came through. Si receivile 2,000 rand siyabonga kuleyo ndawo. But the startup kit ye football team did not show up. And the relevant people that I was directed ukuthi ngikhulume nabo, they started ignoring my phone calls mid last year. So my concern there is, because I was told, hey, applyani. If the orders were given by the head itself and the body failed to deliver, what is the use of me applying? Because still, then the body will not listen to the head. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you.
Okay, so Sanmonani.
Hello.
So I don't know, is it a question and answer or a question, statement, then answer after? So I guess it's a question and statement. Ngegama ngu Aminos. I'm from Mogale City Municipality within the West Rand. So as the municipality, I'm from the Mogale City, specifically from the Mogale Arts and Culture Forum, which is, then in that case, my concerns or whatever that I will be speaking about is based on the arts and culture sector. Firstly, I'd just love to start with the procedures of recognizing every leaders in the space, everybody who has made it means to be available in such kind of space and engagement. So the first thing is to speak about how this was well regulated, because as part of the arts representative, these kind of engagements, we receive communications at last hours where we could really appoint relevant individuals who could come and represent people who are in the field as within the communities or corridors themselves. So with that said, I do believe in that case we could try to improve that as a legislation, then followed by how this, the report that appeared on the television or this screen, the report that was just given, the slides, how they were moving, I pretty much, majority of the people couldn't get clarity or understanding of what was happening with the report. They couldn't even see some of the things that were written in the reports to say what was that, because the report was moving too fast. And because of that, we can't even get to pinpoint the actual points of what is this allocation for, or what is this program overview about, and so that we can further engage. But what I would engage on is to what I've managed to capture in this instance. So am I audible? Move away from the mic. Move away from the mic. Am I better in this instance? Exactly, because this mic is not working for everybody, I will see it. Am I audible right now? Yes. Exactly, then I'll start engaging like this. So should I start from the beginning? Kalen, Sampambi. All right. So ngizoqhubeka nalo engikade ngikhona. Ipoint lokuqala bengikhuluma ukuthi into beyiteleviswa la angikhonanga ukuyibona kahle because i-report beyihamba fast, angikhonanga ukuloyitha ezinye izinto engifuna ukukhuluma ngazo. But lezi engizinotile by the time ngibona ku-visible izinto ezifana ne-arts and culture sector, realizing ukuthi kunama-programs ayenzakalayo especially within the dance theatre. So I believe that's part of the performance and celebration. They can't record me. Okay. So, Usis, Uti, they can't record me, Umama la. So, should I continue with the mic? Mike!
Hello? Hello?
I'm not trying to cause any confusion, it's
Hello.
for this to be clear.
Members of the community,
Yes,
you are requested to use the mic.
the mic.
Precisely because
Okay.
we are recording. So
All
if
right.
you are speaking outside the mic, the recordings might pick up what you are registering.
Noted.
And for the purpose of the record of this meeting, it needs to be recorded. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Recognized. Then can I ask from the desk, the technical support audio and visual team, can you kindly fix the audio visuality of this mic so that the people could hear because I might be here. So, ngiyazwakala? Ingcono? Ngiyabonga mama for ukubala umbuso wakho mningi. So, shukuthi uzongisiza uma ngiyabonga. Ngibonge kakhulu ma ngokungisiza usize nabantu abafana nathi. So, ipoint engizokhuluma ngalo ngiqhubeke from la bengikhona bengumeli based kwi theater and dance allocation sector part. Theater and dance selection part. So, a report there that has been showing of what has been happening. So what I would ask is, can such events, when they take part in corridors, can we have clarity in them being properly or communicated in advance so that the community or the artists themselves who are involved in that sector, they could take part properly or understanding about what is this festival or program is about, because they have got dance festival, Muchiko Festival. So if you clearly ask the artist, what are these festivals for? They will call them Ishashalazi. And when you start seeing here and reading here, you realize they are not breaked into the word Ishashalazi that has been formally been known of. So we will really appreciate such kind of information to be thoroughly communicated with the people, because we do believe in that office sector. We've got cultural coordinators who are eligible for such kind of portfolio. Then in that case, it's easy for artists to engage or take part, or even cultural coordinators themselves. It's easy for them to engage other stakeholders to take part in such kind of initiatives, because we do recognize that the provincial is coming with this kind of a program. Then in that case, the local sector part could also play a role in this kind of a program to enhance this for more job creation. Because when these kind of programs, they only come with budget allocated from the provincial. Then we'll really appreciate the local sector to also play a part in this kind, so that the program itself could expand job opportunities, because they come in limited, specifically for the arts in that instance. And followed also by seeing the programs, in most cases, they are also related to sports. I'm not declining that portfolio in that sense or that category. What I'm saying is, majority of what has been stated here, it has sports-orientated ignition. So in that sense, I would say, can we revive the engine of arts per se, to say, in these disciplines of art, because art is broad, and art being broad, why are some of the disciplines not covered? Are they not covered? Is it because the report from the office itself, is it not fully handed to the people, or what is happening, so that we know? Because I'm speaking this as a person who's also in the field, realizing as a theater practitioner, or mostly called as an actor person, you realize konama visual art, konama painter, konama craft and design, they are also part of the arts itself. Konama indigenous, konama education and training, they are also part of the arts itself. So it will be very helpful for this kind of report to have also included such kind of sectors, so that when we now look at the framework of it, it really makes sense to the arts itself, and it also makes sense to the economy within the West Rand, because I believe this is mainly for the West Rand, so that we truly understand. Leadership, I'll really recognize you and really appreciate this moment to see you in this sense, that you really, for the West Rand itself, programs that are orientated from the sports and department to come to our side. So I'd really, really appreciate if you really pay attention to the arts sector and also provide facilities that are already, that would support these kind of initiatives that arts people do have. For instance, I'll speak on saying Mirafong as a municipality itself. Mirafong has facilities which are very amazing, you understand? And in that case, some of these facilities, they are both in this sense of accommodating sports and arts and culture. So I would really also love for you to look at the Rand West municipality and also the Mogale municipality as to say which facilities could be allocated for arts to be specific and which facilities could allow these arts facilities to arts practitioners to practice their work. Because we cannot deny the fact that in these other two municipalities, most of the facilities are community wall. And if you could ask the community walls engagements, they'll tell you about funerals, weddings that are happening, and why is it given much attention. But when artists want to come and utilize the venue in terms of practice, rehearsal, or events, there's a procurement or procedures that is so forever elongated. Now, going back to the artists to themselves,
Hello.
when these procurements
Speaker.
come or they come to themselves,
Speaker
let's
on
not
the floor.
deny to comply or fail into that system.
To the speaker on the floor, can you just be brief so that we give others an opportunity to raise their concern? However, if there are things that you need to present to the department, kindly write them down so that we give them, then they will respond on those issues that you still want to do. Remember, we are here on time. We indicated that we are here as it's a present. And the oversight, it has a time limit. So if we can give you more than what we have took already, others, they'll be limited, far limited on speaking. Any issues that you think you still need to register with the department, kindly write it down and submit it to the department, please, Baba.
Okay, I thank you very much. From the department, I believe your office will recognize my facial or my input towards this matter. I'll be really coming to the office. Thank you.
Can I say something before we move further? I'm going to allocate 3 minutes from each speaker and kindly not repeat what I've just indicated already. No brainwave. You can go on, Baba.
Ngiyabonga. Sanibonani. Kamala Mpho Malema from Ward 17 Zirbekom. I'm not going to take long. I'm just going to be brief. I'm just asking for assistance because I saw a budget yenu and I saw that it's ending.
Your name, you said you are?
Mpho Malema, Ward 17 Zirbekom. Okay, I'm basically asking for aid before a budget ivala ngo June. Ngibonile ukuthi yovala after June 16, so ngine event before June 16. So I was hoping ukuthi ningang director to the right person go West Rand engakhona ukukhuluma naye, because most of them that we are contacting is just ama emails, nama calls, no response. Thank you.
Dumelang kaofela. Lebitso la ka ke Semakale Mphomela, ke tswa ko Forgeville under Ward 26. I get into ke concern or ke eng, but I think it's a concern. Ko Forgeville, re ne re na le Popo Molefe Soccer Stadium. Right now we don't have a Popo Molefe Stadium. Setse e fetogile fela mo go reipelwang bana ba rona. Ditsotsi di khulela batho ko teng, ke pleke e leng gore e dangerous for rona as a community. Bana ba rona a ba sena place ya gore mo ba ka tshamekelang ko teng. Last month go na le ngwana o ile a chasiwa ke koloi because of bana ba tshamekela bolo, ba tshamekela mo tseleng. So a re itse government ya rona e re nka ntho eo because of no a re setse re sa le safe at all. Again ke ele ya mesebetsi. Re na le library e tlileng go rona ko Forgeville extension 4. But library eo ha e re batho ba dula mo Forgeville. E ra batho like ba go bokhutsong ba go kae. So concern ka ke yone ntho eo. Ke batla o itse gore le etsang ka ntho eo because of unemployment ke yone e leadelang batho go kwa ba ye kwa go di drugs. And then stadium ha se le teng. bontsi ba bana ba tlo nna safe because of a bana ba na le ntho e la gore ba lo etsa di-drugs ba lo thubela batho ba lo etsang because of ha stadium se le teng ke safety ya bona ya gore ba lo tshameka ba tshamekele ko teng ka leboga.
Age bagolo nna ka lebitso ke Boitumelo Sentsho ke tswa teng ko Forgeville ne. So a rena stadium, I can't say like rena le stadium. Because even know so re batla go itse gore Popo Molefe ke community stadium sa rona or not because of in bitsitswe ka lebitso la motho. Ha mo le mo latlhegi hall, understand? A rena nix like kopa government le a tsamaya check man di areas go mo go tlhokagalang ko teng. Understand batho ba bagolo. So like kopa like le ba mo merafo mo rona mo Khutsong Carltonville ko Masipala kopa le tlogeleng go jale le bang re bana re tlhoka mesebetsi di-drugs bo di eng we can't say like the foreigners people or whoever eng a le tlo supana le ka menwana le kwa ko Masipala ke kopa es le lona re le voutetse go le re emele kopa le tsentho e right ko di community re nke se re hape le mosebetsi ka gore mo Khutsong ba betsetsa ntho e so mo Forgeville a rona re thole ntho e so or plekeng tse ding ke kopa ntho e right fela thank you bagolo.
Dumela, nna lebitso la ka ke Khomotso Mahlakanya from Waterworks, Ward 17. I'm a self-published author, so ke na le concern. Ka di 12 March, I went to Department of Arts and Culture, go Joburg, ya mo gaufi le Gandhi Square, regarding library. So ne ke batla o tseba on the process ya o submit buka ya ka into library. So I went there, ke feletse ko reception, so azange ka kena ko di officing, but what they did, ke buile le the person by Baloyi and the other one was full. And then they told me or call for submission, I saw bulwi. So I must leave my details, and then I can submit my book. Since today, azange ka thola call from Bona. So I don't know, it was because I'm a self-published author, maybe babereka ka di publishing company, I don't know. And the other thing, my goal is to convert my book into a film. And today I heard only make it to Metzelebake from Gauteng Film Commission. I was sent to apply for funding in other department, and I was rejected. And then they told me my vision is not clear. So that was the cause of being rejected. So I won't change my vision because now I understand my vision and I know where I am going. So what I want from Gauteng Commission, instead of rejected, how don't you guys guide us on the steps on how to apply? Because we know what we want. So you can't just say vision is not clear. So why don't you find the steps to guide okay, this is what you have to do, this is what you have to do, until little approve. Because we need this funding. Black people were oppressed before. So we're trying to make something, and then the black person will send us emails saying we don't have clear vision.
Maybe before you come in, Mamane, sorry. Can those who were not here at first kindly write down whatever that you want to write down, that you want to question, please? Yeah, you can try, man.
Dumelang bagolo le kae ke nna mme Frida ne bagolo and then ke me fana ke le mme o eleng gore o mo sportsing and then ke jimisa bonkgono re tshameka bolo ya maoto ke tlhaga ko West Randa ko Randfontein ko West Rand municipality Randfontein mo o 13 ke jimisa bonkgono and then ke na le bana development nyana ya bana under 13 15 17 ba ba jimang ntho e ke tlileng ka yone fana mo sport arts and culture ne ke kopa gore le re thuseng ko mohlakeng re na le ditlhoko tse dingata ko mohlakeng tse leng gore le bana go na le bana ba leng gore re le bomme ba mohlakeng ra leka gore re ba ntshe mo ditseleng tse di sa siamang that is why ne re tshameka bolo ya maoto gore bana ba ba tsubang ba kgone go bona gore ga bonkgono ba tshameka bolo ya maoto rona re ka pallwa keng ene re a leka go ba kgona bana re a ya ko di-spaza shop re bua le bone and then ba utlwa and then ke berekisana le batho ba social development di-social worker go na le ba ke ba isang ko rehab mara ga ba boa ke sono ga ba boa ga gona dilo ditlabatlabelo tse leng gore re ka ba thusa ka tsone re ba fe dibolo re ba fe dikiti re ba fe eng ba ikhipe busy re etse di-tournamente gobane ga rena di-sponsors so nna ne ke kopa thuso mo lona batho ba arts and culture gore re atameleng thata because re na le ditlhoko tse dingata tsa gore re ka thusa community ya rona le bana ba rona gore ba tswe mo di-drugseng re le bomme re ithaopile ko motlhakeng re le bomme re tshameka bolo ya maoto ene ke goalkeeper ke a leboga bagolo
Dumelang lebitso la ka ke nna Members Kgobelane ke tswa ko Rand West Municipality ne ke kopela Denklom Library le sports facilities, sports and recreation facilities ko Denklom. It's a new development. And then ne ke botsa gape le gore library ya Mohlakeng is it on the pipeline ya go revive na? That's all from me.
Dumelang bagolo, goeiemorgen en abusheni and good morning people, a good day. My name is Romeo Thabo Tatwe. I'm from Ward 24 and 27 in Krugersdorp, Mazenville. I want to say thank you very much for Rubula Tabayasilo Akela Stadium. Mare, I want to say for Luna Fogelo Copelanting, but our sports and agriculture, more special site here, the acting skills for Banaba Javang, Lebanaba actang. Copa guys, Jagali Lebatona, Copa Lingwalling for Fatsore, Ratoka, the more structures, the basic sports art and culture. And on Galopang guys, or Comazenville, the Rutu Lebutoko, Lego Bolong, Likeneng, Leboning, or Sutlaroya, Bolo, Renalone, because Banaba Samega Bolo, but some of the different sports, Maraba recognize. The stadium Sarona Sela Severke Center, Comazenville, and a Lebanaba Ektang, Okagana Bakubi, or usually another facilities, and we go into Kikopan for Wena, Mama, Kikopa fella who to level to Krugersdorp, as I believe, Comazenville, or Ate Ebe strong, Kadi Plegat a thing, le sport, le soccer, the team, the boy, or a new PFL, Krugersdorp. Amen.
Thanks, Bob. Ngicela uze ngapha bhuti.
Okay.
I will now take hands from this side. And we laid the rules before we started. And I will appreciate if we are going to give anyone an opportunity to raise their concern, questions, or make any statement. However, I would also request that in the process of doing that, let us also be mindful of time and let's also respect each other's rules. We are here for you, community, and we are going to listen to you. But at the very same time, let us listen to each other so that our meeting can be productive and successful. Can you all raise hands from this side? And I'm repeating myself, we are not going to allow a brainwave. Raise your hand, we note you, soon as we start with the questions, we are not going to allow anyone to come to join the line for questions. From this side, please come forward. All those who've raised their hands, come forward. And we are giving 3 minutes each. 3 minutes each. And be precise to the question and to the statement that you want to make. Three minutes each, bagolo ba ka.
Okay, ndiyabulela. Igama lami ndingumzovumile, ndiphuma eKhutsong, eWard 12. First thing engizoqala ngayo concern. Sine challenge ye classism. I-classism si segregate abantu bethu according to classes. So ndizocela ukuthi in that case masibe ni careful kakhulu thina bantu be department, because abantu sibaphethe apha ngama sports people and then arts and culture people who might be able to represent us emazweni. So uma siba segregate according to classes sibanyathela phansi, and then the culture of hooliganism and other things, we won't be able to control it. Bazawusiphoxa emazweni. So masifundiseni ukuengage abantu bethu, sibafundise ama manners silapha, singasegregate abantu bethu according to class, because classism is a very, very dangerous thing. Yiyo le create ama gangsterism kuma communities wethu. So ndiyacela department, please be careful of that. Uma nize apha eku communities nizo address abantu. Maningabi ne special people, ne ordinary people. Engage people as the people, because we are all important here. There's no very important people and important people here. Ndiyabulela kuloo ndawo leyo. And then the second part of it, kwi budget endiyivileyo andivanga kuthethwa nge-infrastructure budget. And that's very disappointing. Because emalokishini wethu siyahlupheka, ama-artist wethu akanandawo zokupractice. Abantwana kudala bekhala apha from Mohali City, wherever. And I don't think it's a new story. Abantwana bakhala ngeholo nangendawo zokupractice. But in this budget up until today, there's no infrastructure plan elukuthi iza clear ukuthi ama art and culture centers azawukwakho kumalokishi wethu ngala nala, and these are the areas that we are targeting. So it's very disappointing. Ndiyacela please maniza next time sizile ne budget ukuthi ama art centers azawumiswa because communities zethu, because siyazidinga. Siyabulela.
Thank you.
Ke a leboga. Lebitso la ka ke Diana from Waterworks, Ward 17. Ke coach ya soccer, ladies soccer, le bolo ya maoto. Ntho re ke kopang for bana ba ka ba ke na le bana ke from under 11 until under 13. Ke kopela bana ba ka di bolo, a rena di strip, masipala ha re cleanele ground, harna dipale, rentse dipale tsa re tsa di Bluecom, re tsa dipale. So re kopa hore masipala a tlo re cleanele, because bana no yana ko ke dula ba tshwara dithunya ke dinyaope ba tsuba. Le bana ba tlogetse go kena sekolo. So that is why ke re MEC wa sports ke a kopa ka tswetswe, ke kopa di ground di cleaniwe for bana. Thank you.
Dumelang. Abusheni, Khoye Muhore, good morning. Bob, hello. I'm sure utlo mamela ntho ke tlo buang ka yona. Ene ke sure ke tlo go kenya matlo ka jeko. Pikinyana, not gagolo. Lebitso la ka ke Albertina, tiny nickname. Ntsani, ki yonke into in merafong o ka mitsa o activate mo nthong tse kaofela ke ward committee. I've been a ward committee for 15 years. Ba mpuseditse gape ba bona hore no ke a sebetsa. Bagolo ha re ko bagolo tanki ke tlile after nako mare ke grepile. Bagolo ke concerne ka taba ya di MEC tsa art and culture ba bereki. Totally not. Ba ko di officing right through. Ba ko di officing right through. From there Friday ba chase ka one. Go wa mnating. For 15 years ki dutse mo art and culture. Hai bereki. How kopela bana di ground. How di krei. Ene bana ba loetera mo strate. I'm sure some of you ba thola ba kopana le na mo Facebook nki bua nonsense. I'm sorry ke bealo because of the MEC ha di khatali di khola fela. Some of them ki kupile ya art and culture mo art and culture ha lady heritage day ha re khono bona gona le menate ya bana mo khutsong ye ko morago bathong re Westland mara re ko morago ka yonke into. And then from there a gona participation tse di etsiwang mo fa bana ba khutsong a o ke sono le yanong ha bayo ha le bona ba tlemela ke mme mogoloso ha bayo ha ba itse go etsagala eng ka mo ha bayo ha ke ba emele ka gore ke clever. Sorry bagolo. Number 2, I'm worried about the library. Whatever a gona di paper ko metšhini ha e bereke kaofela yone mo di library kaofela ke khale di library tsa rona di emiso ha di bereke nix ya bofelo bagolo holo e tlile ka nna ka anti-apartheid regime e tlile ka Albertina. So ba ko ntwele ko Gauteng ba ile bang processetsa ko Bob, you were there ko go supa ka monwana o no le teng ba ne ba mpha engineer ya rona Mapule Sadiq ke kopa holo because banane ba loiter mara ntho ke boning holo e tlile ke ba ikadima yona ba etsa ya bona ha ke bone bana le di inside games tse ba di papala mo a gona mo bana ba jimelang teng ke holo ya mafu fela ke ya mafu o ka imagine holo e tshwantse bana ba nne ka mo gala yona ba tsoko strate bana ba rena ba tlalla bolo mo strate mo go sa tlhokagaleng teng batswadi ke a ko patla a ke tlo senya nix ne ke tlo representa bana ba mo khutsong ha ke utlwa go tele teng ka re bereka ntho tse ngata Bob o ko phagamise tle a se believe. Thank you ne
O tlile Bob.
Dumelang bagolo. Ka lebitso ke Ntantla Khesa ke tswa West Rand. Ne kopo botsa go Gauteng is sponsor which kinds of events? Because we have an event in Tsetsagala ko Mohlakeng. It's been happening for 11 years, Christmas explosion. But re ntse re sa kry any sponsorship. So ne ke batla itse go what kind of requirements do you need go o kgone go sponsoriwa ke Gauteng? It's been self-funded for 11 years now. Maspala ke kgone no joina last year, so I want to know go re apply go mang go re kgone go fundiwa ke Gauteng because every year re ntse re decline but we don't have a reason go why re decline. Thank you.
Dumelang bagolo. Nna ke oba ke Mogale from Mogale City Municipality under a sector art and culture. First thing first, Setswana se re koro ga ke je ke bapalela tsetsi. When looking at everything, I sometimes ask myself, how do we evaluate that the funds tse di tswang di berekiswa ka tsela e di tshwanetseng di berekiswa ka yona, or are we only taking the reports? You know, we can manipulate paperwork and write things that have been done as if they have been done according to the funds allocated. Whereas when looking at everything, not even cent was spent for what is written on the report. To cut it short, this Department of Arts and Culture and Sports and Recreation, to my wish, I wish they can separate arts and culture, allocated the funding aside, and sports, le recreation, allocated the funds aside. Because looking at everything, from where I'm coming from as a concerned resident of Mohali City, radibona man, the stadium di a tlhabolwa, di dintle. Mara, to my concern again, when looking at Department of Arts and Culture, ke shame. Re tlo reng ko baneng ba rona, re tlo reng ko the upcoming generation, the very same people, kids, ba leng gore ba developer day and day, re ba developela for eng, go sena sepe for bone. At least, ko sports re na le di stadium tse leng gore di dintle, di a tlhabolwa, and they only function when there is something. That means, funding ibereka for a certain period of time. Akusinto ekuthi manje permanent. I mean, we're developing on something that has been developed before. Ra developer ra tlogela. When it's time for sport, when it's time for tournaments, that's when we come and refix. After the tournaments, go ba dry again. When the funds comes again, we start from the start again. What about art, for that matter?
Thank you,
Ra developer, but there is nothing. There is nothing for arts and culture, to be honest. We have to seek. We have to fight. It's like we are seeking for belonging where we belong, and art plays a major role. Go to your office, check your portraits. That is the work that is being done by our kids that have been developed every day on our daily basis. But that is not being considered. How do we support art and culture? Do we have any theaters in our space? As much as we have Rodiport Theater, Joburg Theater, Soweto Theater, ask yourself as a resident, do you have a theater space within the space that you are at? And when you want that theater space to be developed in your space, it's a problem. You have to wait. You have to fight. Why do you have to fight? Because art plays a very major role in our country.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sanbonani. Njani. Sikwateleni. Yasingakwatini. Sizocazulula la nangithi leadership. Sizocazulula. So bantu abadala mina igama lami uThabang Maselwa ngiphuma eBheke Style. Hot 35. uThabang Maselwa lo omelana volunteer as a sports in Western Area primary schools. Ngamanye amagama coordinator yami it's Mr. Makafula from Maputle Primary School, deputy principal. So ngizvolunteerile ukuthi ne let me just be a sports secretary, since angana secretary and nakhona sibona ukuthi iWestern Area community around development yethu iyafokola. So the purpose yokuthi sibe khona lapho, the moment avumile ukuthi yes Thabang you can assist me. Number one, we managed to introduce event 2023, in which that event abantwana bethu they had an access ukuthi ba expose with professional, which is Kaizer Chiefs. The following year, which is 2024, we managed to introduce the women's football, which was never there. And we're looking forward to ukuthi labantwana laba siba arrangela team, take them to Sundowns, but we were struggling due to finance. Why we are struggling due to finance? The proposal to organize stakeholders, I'm responsible. The responsibility to organize Amapoisa, I'm responsible. Health, emergency. I use my money, I go China Mall, I buy something that I can sell. I sell so that I can travel to organize for about 12 schools. To organize for about 12 schools. Even now, as you see me, I'm still hiring myself near leadership. If you can utilize me to continue with this thing for the entire Gauteng West. Yabo? So coming this year, I'm frustrated, I'm moving up and down. looking forward to implement even something that was never there. We are looking forward now to implement our Olympics leagues. We are looking forward to implement our development from 9-year age. And in all those things that are happening, I have to use my money. I'll have to go sell some other things. So I can also make sure that all those children, they are being exposed again to professionalism. But when we take a look, what do I benefit? I can't see anything. But I believe the reason it might be the D2 district is being struggling with the sports coordinator for what you call supporting letter and whatsoever on regards to the NPC. But on the other side, me, myself, you can also take me so that Gauteng G2020 or whatever, be the one that is responsible of those events. Because one thing for sure, those activities, it doesn't matter 100 meters. I believe you might hear about it, the Family Day event. It happens September 1st week. And in those events, I make sure that in each and every activity, those people should be exposed professional. If they are taken, let them be taken. Because we're saying we are developing, we are doing events, other events. The next thing they're getting cup, they're getting money. Then what about our development? Are they exposed professional? Those doing that, we are ignored.
Thank you, Baba.
So please, leadership, please, take us seriously. We are struggling a lot.
We are noting.
Yeah, we are going to Johannesburg, selling, begging people to support other
Please,
parents'
your
children.
time is up, Baba, and you
Please,
have noted
let's make things
everything.
happen. Leadership,
Thank you.
please. Thank you.
Kudi.
Dumelang batlali. O buang ke Benjamin Molefi so mo morafo mo Ward 1. A gona ga lolo ke tlo ganyane fela. Ne go ba bomel wa the legislature. Le re tsaya se believe mo merafong sports se wele. Ne go ba re ka khona le go ba le Department of Education MEC wa teng gore go na le sports day gape se bola morago mo ka di la boraro. Bana ba rena ba sekolo ga ba sa tsa sepe ga ba tsa sekolong ba dula nyaope ba le ntse se siamang. Ya no ga go ba le sport le education gore sports day se sa ba re se bola gape gore se ne teng gape gore bana ba tlo go tsa ntse sa siamang ga sekolo setso. Ba itse gore every day ka la boraro tsa la sports. Se se gape go tla go te go la re wa mo Wesrand wa sports. Go pa re e bisa tsoga go kitle mo wena ke tsoga ke tswa motho. Ntate wa Wesrand wa sports go pa e bisa tsoga ke kitle mo wena ke tswa mo. Ntate wa sports wa mo Wesrand.
Yeah, utlwile papa.
Gape ke pa gore sports MEC tsa siana le mo molaetsa gore mo morafong mo rota one day re ntse motho o tla go di Paralympicing ka sports sa disability ja re le batho ba disable a se be ke fela mo temo ke sha.
Dumela. Legai. Okay, my name is Balesa Fiona Makapela. I am speaking from the West Rand Corridor. I am from Mogale City. And this is a specific issue about the Extension 6 library, which is in Kagiso. The Kagiso Extension 6 library is meant to be a crucial educational resource of the community. The facility is currently listed among the 21% of provincial infrastructure classified as being in a bad condition. There was an 8-month plan scheduled for the completion of the Kagiso Library in Extension 6, which is by 31 March 2024 by the department, but there are no signs of progress. As the youth, we call to the Department of Sports, Arts, Culture and Recreation to push Gauteng Provincial Treasury to prioritize releasing money for infrastructure development of libraries in our provinces. Gauteng Provincial Legislature to ascertain how many libraries are incomplete and how many have been completed and how many are not operational, So this is a facility that has been in our community from 2015, 2016, and we asked that this is a library that is supposed to be used by more than 7 wards in that area. And it's not functional, it's not operational. When we ask our municipality, that is a provincial building that we are talking about. So I'm gonna ask, because that is an educational resource that is very critical for our young kids, for literature, for the culture of reading, to promote the culture of reading in our communities. Swaneville Extension 12, Extension 13, 2 and 3, all of these communities, they use one library, Kokagiso, which is very far from where they are. So this is an educational resource that can assist our young people to stay active and stay out of the streets. For now, that's it, but there's more. Thank you.
Sanbonani, Luteta Yangmamu Victoria Kaiso from Ward 2. Ndiphuma group ebizwa Rhino Community Fitness. Eyogogo abajimayo, senza aerobics, senza everything, sport. So into endize ngayo ndivuyela ukuthi legislature ize ukuthi izosimamela. Endicela ukuthi ukusimamela kwethu ningathathi izicelo zethu nizilahlele kwi-dustbin. Singogogo abadinga isenta. Sinombono obanzi wokunceda ogogo, sinestress kumakhaya singogogo. So xa siyojima sibuya siphilile. Sicela sinezicelo ezininzi asinakiti, asinanto noba senza mhlambi like sinewalk nge-16 kaJune. Asinanto sithi singanceda ogogo amanzi, i-refreshment, whatever esifuna ubanceda ngayo. But i-purpose yethu kukukhupha ogogo kwi-stress. Baphile, bahlukane nokutipilisi ixesha elide. Sijime, siphile, sisicelo sami. Leadership, sihoyeni, sirecognizeni njenge seniors in the country. Ndiyaphelela lapho, please.
Good day. My name is Busang Nyembe. I'm the chairperson of Ren West City Arts Council. What I would like to propose on the table is, how is it that we have all these structures in place and also not being taken serious? Because of now, the government is requesting us to structure ourselves and organize ourselves, have a clear plan and have an annual calendar that they will be able to work with us based on. Establish programs and doing all those things. We do have those things. But yet, you get to see the very same government having to ally with other private sector to do programs under our radar. We are pleading that in order for us to be able to develop the arts and culture sector on its own, we need to have facilities. We can't develop without facilities, number one. We can't even also be able to have a place whereby we house arts and culture on its own. We have programs that we have established. We also have established a program, a development center whereby we'll be having a media hub. Yet we still don't have the relationship that we need for us to be to bring the CCI this side. We are pleading that we have such facilities, number one. We also have programs that are supported. Let's integrate our programs as government and other public sectors and also the stakeholders so that we may have one direction. It's not a good thing that we are doing our thing, you are doing your thing, and the municipality is also doing their thing. But at the same time, we are targeting the very same people. It's not pleasant because of, even if we check your programs that you have there for this year, for 2025 and for the next year, they don't show that the consultation with us as stakeholders was done. It's not fair for us to be saying that we are working together, but at the same time, your programs are so far-fetched from ours. But at the same time, we are targeting the very same people. Let's integrate these programs. Let's have one program that we are all driving. Let's have all these resources to be poured up into one thing. Let's support all the cultural groups. Let's support all the activities that are taking place. Let's be realistic with our programs. Let our programs target the very same people, our communities, and address their issues. Because we do have the choirs. They're having programs each and every week. They are fundraising on themselves. They need facilities to use. We do have dancing groups. At Renwest, as we're speaking, we also have a leader. They are going to Ntwena, to Northwest. They'll be representing Gauteng, but yet they are struggling with funds. That they will be there. They were participating provincially, so representing West Rand, the corridor. They won. They are going to represent Gauteng, but yet they are still struggling with funds. We have people who are educated. We have resources. We have stakeholders who have resources and equipment to develop our region. We need to partner with you, with the municipality, have one thing. The budget, let it be allocated to such things, to the programs that will be addressing such issues. The budget of the municipality, for example, to start with, for arts and culture, the Arts Council is not considered, and also it's not involved. We have in granting aid, people are benefiting, but yet people are not disclosed with the council, with the media and the public as a whole. Now, let's avoid that culture whereby things are happening, but we have structures representing the people. Thank you.
Dumelang, le kae? Ka lebitso ke Tshepo, ke tswa ko Ward 17. Nna ke an independent filmmaker, which is the questions that I'm gonna direct them to Film Commission, Gauteng Film Commission. I've studied Konemisa and all that, meaning that I'm a professional. It's not like it's just a talent that I've acquired along. Yes, it's passion plus talent and all that. So I once approached the Gauteng Film Commission. We've got a project I saw, fresh from the school. How can you assist? The only response that we get from them is like, wait for the openings, or debating, then you apply. But then for them, suggest that, okay, let's just teach you a rule, train, how can you qualify for you to get funding? Because what we need for us to be recognized is also to start somewhere. So if we don't get maybe assistance, funding or proper training or proper invite to come, so that you can guide us and show us the way for us to bring our talent or broadcast to the televisions or to be on cinema. So like since from 2023, but we don't get opportunities. But what we see, the beneficiary about the very same people that we see every day. Like it's like you benefit this year, next year, and forever because they know you. But if they don't know you, you don't get anything. So how do we get a chance? Recognize in our product. We only see the same content, same production on TV and all that. But what about the creatives that who are out there? Banally, fresh ideas that we can broadcast or give out so that people can be entertained. So the only thing, fella, if you can give us an opportunity or create a program like the students I'm fresh from universities or people who've got fresh ideas or about that opportunity, not because you are recognized or not because you've got a production that it's from the department or not because they know you and all that. Even those who are not known, they should be given a chance to get funding. If they don't qualify and all that, give them a chance to give them education on how to qualify. Because most of us here are not the gadget and some of the website, Gauteng Film Commission, I'll just say it's not user friendly. Some people, they don't understand on how to upload, on how to do other things, but who trains them? Some people are far from Joburg, they can't even go to the offices. Who come to the township or to the far west of Gauteng to give them that kind of education? Some, they don't have data to access that information or apply, but
Thank
they've
you,
got good content and good product and all that. Ke a leboha.
Thank you. If you still have appetite, just write down your thoughts and give it to the department.
Dumelang bagolo. Nna ke the chairperson of Kgatelopele Disability Forum. My leaders, I greet you in the name of disabilities. My leaders, I still remember Dr. Ekna Molewa have said once upon a time, co-legislator, he cannot attend a meeting who's not a sign language interpreter. We people with disabilities, rather than a sign language interpreter for us. Ke a kopa. And then I want to say thank you to our municipality. O re re nako e nyane le kgolo a ntse a re thusa ka go leka gore re rotloetsa mo sports re le batho ba disabled. Now what I want to tell you, my leaders, but what disabled are not the sports ground. But what disabled are the sports equipment. Like now, if I can tell you that we have a sports, so go America, sa bachelor. Haraba le sponsor anywhere more ka grand sponsor thing. Seka sponsoring bana ba disabled ba le go rantse ba lo tshameka. Ba etapele reconsidering, you may not just live work arena ko parlamente, but on the grassroots level, ha le re bone. Ha rena di stadium, ha rena even at the wheelchair, at the racing, go di berekisa batho ba disabled. Ha rena di table tennises. Re a kopa le rona, we are capable to do in each and everything. We have a disabled youth. Some people are doing the program at agriculture. Why should we think to the programs of agriculture that are SITA? Hosna batho ba disabled. Sibisaruna ki ing. Good people. Le rona re a kopa ke a leboga badula situlo le rona le re gopoleng. I'm here every day. Le ka sa mtekena le lona. If you want to ask me questions, you can come right to me.
Thank you, Baba.
Dumelang ba botlhe. Lebitso la ka nna ke Teddy Mokotedi. Ke tswa Western Kagiso Ward 11. Bagolo ke na le football team. Football team ya me registered under the Randfontein Local Football Association. Registered under Randfontein Local Football Association because ko Kagiso there is no league that offers such a platform. Basically, this league, what it is, this is where you start from the ground level. If you wanna get to the PSL level and all of that, so this league is registered under FIFA, MySAFA. All my players have MySAFA IDs, and they have their FIFA ID numbers. My problem is that now, not by choice, but because I'm forced to. I have about 20-something kids right now who have to cater for every single day without nothing. Everything I pick up from my own pocket. Like I indicated, every single week, I travel, team gaming. That costs money. I have to dig inside my own pocket. Sometimes I get for such things. So I'm active immediately right now. I wasn't around and we were a budget. I had something with 82 million rand allocated to the West Rand. Yeah, now that's where my concern is, the numbers, because I need those numbers working for me today. Lino, I sincerely hope I use my time wisely, because when I do lots of parts, something organize. I work 12-hour shifts a day. So, can I get me Saturday? Le transport is organized. It needs to be there. Give my reality, Karaso. To get to my point, I want to know how funds are utilized. And from the up level, I want to know all the way to the ground level. Like, I want to know where I get to my house. Who do I go to? Who do I talk to? Because I need money today. And then this team, move. So I don't have time to wait. I don't have time for discussions or anything like that. I need that money today. So I need to be told. So, hold accountable if he needs to be held accountable or what. But all I know is I need that money today. Team Yameatala Saturday, it's an ongoing process. Every week, Team Yameatala. I can't take it out of my pockets. I'm helping 20 kids. Nobody pays me. I get a sip. I go there, the peace job, I throw back money into the team. So I need that money today. I need to know who to talk to, really. If Transgiwele Council and I need it from the ground level, I really need that money today.
Kadala Saturday, I could have been home trying to find that money, but I thought, "Gore, maybe I get love.
It's noted, Baba.
Yeah, I get love and I to see you.
Thank
But I
you.
just need to know, and I
It's
need answers to my
noted.
questions today.
It's noted.
I need to know who to go to. I need that money
noted,
today. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. Protocol observed. Ke batla ho tseba something. I saw a calendar for artists displayed, ne? None of the artists so far, were aware hore we have a monthly, we have a year plan, rona. Because every time there's something happening for artists, especially theater practitioners, re tlo tseba ka di last minute. When did we prepare? I'm not going to go to school to study art and then later on I have to move from my own safe space, from my own community to go pursue further. How am I going to make the others that are coming after me grow, and how am I going to groom them if ever I have to leave my hometown so that I can pursue what I want to do? Fine, funding, let's talk about funding. We see the same productions companies, the same companies getting funding year in, year out. How about NAC comes down, book drives, but you need 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to get funding. Because now, like, we doomed. How na the art center in West Rand? We need to book community halls to hold the events. Come out, for rehearsal space. Guys, in Rekopan Theater, please. And an art center. Those two things, kids on the West Rand. Thank you.
Thank you. To the point. Sharp to the point, yeah. 3 minutes.
Greetings to everyone. I won't be long as leadership asho ukuthi straight to the point. Bengithanda ukubuza kuma officials ukuthi as isibanding so sonke angeke sithole funding sonke. And some of our project our need that much funding. They just need a donation. Probably as I'm a crafter. I don't need that much funding. I just need a donation. Here I'm a painting nanka, nangumchino kuthunga, na material. Then from there I can carry on. So I want to know Guti, siyaguphi makunjalo.
That was very productive.
Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Sebedi Masusu. I originally come from Kagiso, Ward 12. I only have 3 questions for our panel that has met us here today. My first question being, okay, I'm sorry, my cue cards are not in line. My first question would be, for our small teams and small art groups in our locations, how do we get sponsorships for our people that need them for the regions we reside in? Secondly, does the department have alternative ways for teams and coaches to attain sponsorships other than the ones we already use? My last question being, does any citizen need funds to obtain the sponsorships that we need in our communities? Thank you.
Sorry, Mama, before you start. Our last speaker is Usiswe skipper SC White Summer Stripes. That is our recognized last speaker. The 2 speakers, kindly please write down your concern and give it to the department. As you are standing there, just give them so that your concern can be answered while they'll be answering all these others that were raised before you came into a line. Please. The last speaker is a lady with a black top. That is our last speaker. Please write it as they're speaking, these other ones, so that your response will be together with those who have already raised.
Okay, dumelang bagolo. Ya buang mona ke Cecilia Khumalo, the founder of Rhino. Ha le utlwela lebitso go twe Rhino. Go buiwa ka kore ha ke tseng ka e hlalosa e re ke tloele bagolo. Bagolo, Rhino ke cricket. Rhino ena le di elderly. Rhino ena le di mini cricketers. Re na le youth kore ha ke tsebeng ka e reng. Re qala from age ya 8 years to above elderly people. Kore any number mo organization ya ka e teng and re na le re dila ka cricket. Bagolo ba ka, I've been struggling since from 2019. I've been knocking. I've been kore ha e sa le ke tsamaya di meetings tsa legislature. Ha ke na di fruits tse ke di unang mo nthong e ke e etsang. I've been struggling. Ha ke re struggling, the office tsa municipality di ntse ba kaofela. Di mine re bana ba mo Goldong, but the infrastructure tsa rona doesn't mean that. Ke ne ke kopa hle province ke kopa le recognizing ntho tse e leng hore batjha ba di etsa. Mo Khutsong re na le cricket, we don't have cricket facility. Bana ba rona ba jimela mo Lepoqong, pitch ba e bona ha ba tswela ko ntle, but ha ntse le jwalo ba wina. Ke na le ntate wa Difu ka tlung ha tla today. O dlala professional cricket team wa tsamaya ka Cape Town ka September. Ha ona le motho a mo grantang, ha gona motho o mo fundang. We've been asking the funding le masipala ene wa re thusa, even though la ha sa kgone ho re thusa. So bagolo ke utlwe bohloko ka hobane IDP plan, our sports it's a zero budget. So it means gore sports we have to, since se le mo ICU mo Carltonville ho tjhong ha se shwe ke ntho e buang ke our municipality ane re attendile IDP plan. So bagolo ne re kopa le MEC wa education abe teng, cause the coach we are struggling ko dikolong. We doing development ko dikolong, re ntsha tšhelete mo rona. Ke utlwa buta ntsa bua le nna ke mo dieteng tsa hae. Bana ba ka on Sunday ba dlala. They are not playing here, but outside because we don't have a facility. Ntwe re shapang ke tšhelete, ke lwana le dikolo, ke lwana le municipality. I'm the bad person and I know. So bagolo, but kwa bane fela ke tsetsa bana, ebile ha ke sa kgathalla. Le batho ba baholo le bone ba jima, le no re nkilwe re ntse re jima ke nkga mofufutso, ntse ke nkgela le batho ba modimo. Re nkilwe fela ga nopuliwa, come le tlo utlwa legislature e fitlhile, le tlo utlwa dilo tsa lona. So ke lebogile thata le kgone ho fitla ka hara merafong, cause ntse re tsamaya re le latela la re sa fumane dikarabo. So ra kopa re ikopela only facility le di funding, le re tataise ka letsoho, le re bontshe hore re di applyela jwang, cause we've been applying and ke kgathetse, I'm tired. Okay, ke a leboga bagolo.
Thank you. Let's do it this way.
Sanibonani bahlali.
Oh, mababa, ngisapa i-direction, ne? Any concern with funding, it has been noted. You don't have to repeat. Any concern with facility, it has been noted. There's no need for you to emphasize. Any concern with assistance that you are requesting from the department, all those, we are requesting the new things now, please.
Right, sis. So qetile ne?
Yes, yes.
Molweni
yes,
bahlali igama lami uDanger Maqhuzu. I'm an artist for over 23 years, ne? So i-concern yami one in this. Phoma siya kwi-art and culture apha eCarltonville, there's no budget at all. So manje you guys came with a budget. Manje, you're saying manje. So over 10 years yonke nifuna ukuthi bengena budget. Ne, that's my first question. And the other thing for artists, ne? Manenza ama festival, you almost ni hire abantu abaphezulu and you forget laba basezantsi. Thina as artists adila ngxaki nathi, nivele ni hire abonathi nabo bani. That thing needs to change. So ukuthi kuzo develop lama artists we local. So that thing needs to change. You concern yami kuphela leyo. Sure.
Thank you, Baba.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Valencia from Tukomsras Netball Club. I only have 3 points. My first point is about the Toekomsrus Stadium. I like to know when did the Toekomsrus Stadium project start and how it was advertised. How it was advertised and when is it starting? My second point, we have professional boxers in Toekomsrus, but we don't have the facilities to use. And third, I see there's upcoming projects and things for 2025, 2026. But Toekomsrus as a West Rand community is not mentioned. Can we please consider Toekomsrus as a community as well? Thank you.
Good day, my name is Cynthia Petersen, also from Toekomsrus Netball Club. I'd just like to ask this one question, ma'am. I've heard you saying that you sponsor coaching courses. Can you please advise how we apply for it and where we can apply for those ones? And then another thing is I want to bring up at our pub, we don't have any Wi-Fi working there. And it's now for many, many, many months. And then we have this white elephant, our swimming pool. For the past 5 years, there is people working at the swimming pool, but we don't even use, the community doesn't use the swimming pool. And we've put in petitions for the swimming pools, and we've been at legislature regarding that, and that petitions just went dead. So I just like to find out about all those, the things that I've mentioned. Thank you.
Good day, everybody, to the panel and everybody around here. I just gonna be brief. I just want to know that beside the implementation, guys, of what's in the program of sports, arts, and culture and everything. There's a thing of like you guys, when you're supposed to like do an implementation, then it takes forever, and then when it comes to the thing that it is used to like before, the stakeholders that was in hand with government, like the lottery, and then when it was World Cup, those people, they deliver to the facilities. With the government, can it happen as soon as possible? Because now it's agents to the mass. So another thing is that I like the implementation of libraries is good, and then with they say with sports and learning, they go together. Guys, in schools, if you can start with schools, that there must be like the facilities must be at the level of a high level, so that our kids can develop there. Because when they start to develop at schools, that's where they get nourished, and then when they go out, they're already ready to can challenge anything. So if the facilities at the schools and the libraries at the schools, they are together, they are in a high level, that way it's better. There was this lady, by the way, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Victor. I'm from Rand West, Randfontein and Tukis, in Mohlakeng. So in the school in Mohlakeng, they were practicing in a tennis court. So those are young kids. So now if they can get the facility being developed, then they know where they're gonna practice. And then all these ladies also, they want to practice in a facility that is in a high level. So that way, guys, can you just implement it? It must be proper. And then there in these ladies, two ladies who are from Tukis. In Tukis, guys, there's a high level of gang-related, guys. Tukis tend to be like a gang-related, that's like Cape Flats. So if you can put the emphasis of those stadiums, the libraries, and the pools so that they can be developed, then the gang-related story can maybe go down. And lastly, I would like to suggest that safety and
security in all the facilities. Let be emphasized because it's of a major. Because if you guys are gonna provide those facilities without safety and security, what's the use? Meaning the money is down the drain. So let's emphasize on safety and security. It's of a greatness. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Baba.
Nou, goeiemiddag of goeiemorgen, ik ken nou niet die tijd. Hè. Maar elkeen van jullie is nou gegroet. Ik ga nou mijn taal praten ook. Ik vraag alsjeblieft dat jullie voor Greenspak volgwel onder week 21 ook een kennis stellen van ons. Weet niks wat gaan aan. Alsjeblieft, ons het niet een youth center nie. Ons het nie 'n playground vir die kinders nie. Kan julle ook vir ons asseblief help daarmee? Is al wat ek vandag wil sê. Ek het nie baie om te sê nie.
Sanibonani nonke. Egama lami nguSara Mthembu, ngivela eWedela. Into engize ngayo la mina angazi umkhona sike wakhuluma ngayo. Siphethe amantombazana, amatshitshi, amavagini, sikhulisa wona lapha eWedela. So sizocela nathi sinayo ama challenges esiwa identifyile njengabantu abaphethe amatshitshi. Sinazo nathi inkinga njengoba esekeshilo usisi ukuthi singabe sakhuluma ngama facilities. All those challenges that abasebezishilo abanye nathi sinazo. And ke siphethe amantombazana, abantu abasensitive. Sifuna ukuthi abazali sibakhulisa, sifuna abazali bayazi ngalento. Nawubaba bayazi ngokuthi asibahloniphe abantwana, asibasupport abantwana bengama virgin, asibabone begqokile nezingubo lezi abasigqokayo ama tradition attire abo. Sifunda ukusicontrola, ni respect abantwana, sibaphathe kahle. Siyacela ukuthi ni support nathi sibe nendawo yokuthi abantwana ba rehearse ba practiceele, bacule, sibafundise kahle, yonke into yethu ihambe kahle, singa complain ngabantwana ngoba baningi abantwana esinabe wedela.
Dumelang bagolo. Let me first take this opportunity to observe protocol of all officials who are here. Kalina ke Khomotso Sejamoholo. I am from Mogale City, Arts and Culture Forum. I would want to believe that the officials who are here, they already know the problems that we have stated. They already know that we have so many things that are going on in the Department of Sports and Recreation. And for me, it has come up to only 3 points, which is development, creativity, inclusivity, and sustainability. We are beating behind the bush or around the bush as leadership. We are here as creatives, and it seems that we are only running the race to cheer you up. We are not in partnership. You are only doing this in benefit of our works. Creatives are no lack of education, skills, and development. We are equipped, we are fully equipped, we just need support from the officials. That's all that we need. When it comes to the point of development, development does not come after you just open your eyes. It starts from school. And I would want to believe that all other departments are encompassed under the Department of Sport and Recreation, the Department of Health, the Department of Education, and all other departments are under the Department of Sport and Recreation. So if we can call all the stakeholders to be part of this, then development will happen. Inclusivity, I wanted to touch base on inclusivity. I think this word is just thrown and we do not really act on it. We use the inclusivity when it comes to people living with disabilities, but they are never around the table or next to the table rather. So it is about time that we take into consideration that there are creatives who are living with disabilities who are able. So let us take that into consideration. After we have included everybody in the panel, then sustainability will happen. That is where we will then be able to have revenue around ourselves and make a sustainable living out of the programs that you are delivering as a department. Legislature, we are very grateful that you came to us so that you can hear our grievances, but it is about time that we get answers, not just grievances. Thank you.
Thank you very much, members of the community. We want to inform you that as the 7th administration responsible for the community oversight of sports, we have noted all the grievances and the challenges that you have raised today. And I want to indicate to yourself that the presentation that was made by the department, one thing that I personally appreciate about is that it talks to this community direct. That it's going to afford us an opportunity to make follow-up and oversight on what they've presented to yourself. And we are going to make sure that we hold them accountable. And it makes our job very easy, if I may put it like that, because it speaks to this community. We have noted yeah. Maybe just before I invite the officials to respond on all the questions that they were raised, I just want to, because it's one thing that I know they are not going to respond to it because it's not related to the sports SREC department. Yesterday, we had an agriculture committee meeting. There's a community member that raised a concern, and I'm happy because what you've raised, it was precisely speaking to the disability people. Myself and the member next to me, we raised that concern because it's a concern of all the departments whereby members of disability are not taken into cognizance. We have requested that we are going to assist them to reach the disability people. So rest assured, I would want you to take our numbers, myself and members at Tere, so that we make follow-up on that issue. Because we said to the department, we are going to identify disabled people for them because they are in no position to reach them. So we are going to reach them for them to be accessible. So I want to invite the department. I hope they've noted all the consent. I want to invite the department to respond to the concerns. Who is the response? Okay.
Okay, thank you, honorable members. And thanks to the community or stakeholders for raising all these questions and concerns. Also the recommendations that they have put forth to the department. So through you, Chair, I propose that we take this approach on the issues that relate to sports and rec. I will start with sports and rec. I'm going to invite the acting chief director responsible for sports and rec in that order. She will be followed by the chief director responsible for arts and culture, who will be speaking on the issues of arts, culture related questions and concerns. And then after the chief director, I will invite the acting director responsible for libraries. She will speak on library issues. She will be followed by the acting director responsible for infrastructure, who will allude to all the infrastructure project and questions relating to that. And then he will be followed by the Gauteng Film Commission, The CEO or the delegated official from the GFC will speak to Film Commission issues. And if you allow, Chair, let me officially welcome the head of department. He's here, he has just arrived. So after all the officials have alluded to the questions and concerns, I would request through you to allow the HOD to summarize and give us an overview at high level on the programs, funding, and the way forward with regards to all the concerns. In that order, through you, Chair. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dumelang. Le kae? Ke a utlwahala mos ne? Lebitso ke Phila Sande Movevi. I am the acting chief director ya Sports and Recreation. Nna ke kopa go le leboga for taking the time to come through le ipuele from yourselves. Right, so sports and recreation is a tough industry because it is mainly made up of volunteers, right? So I think really a lot of you, you are utilizing own resources, you don't have resources, your facilities are dilapidated, and we appreciate even with that, you are still taking the time to make sure you create access for the youth of your area. I don't want to take a lot of time. The reason I've called my colleagues, I can actually give you number yaga, so that when you don't get assistance, but I know they are very capable of doing so. The problem ke gore rona, we are based at head office. They are closer to you. Ke tla lefa number privately hari tsamaya. Ke na le ntate ke Bongile, mme ntate Bongile Ntlakuza Bobo, ne? He's the head of corridor, ya West Corridor. So he is responsible for the whole region. Next to him, Gimme Vuyo. I wanted you to see the faces that you need to be interacting with. I'm going to ask Vuyo to also introduce Team Eberekang Mona for Sports and Recreation, so that we don't, those questions were a lot, member. So, ke batla re share di numbers, re ba share le di contacts, ba tsebe hore ba bereka le mang. All I need to say is, sometimes you may think you are by yourself until you know who to work with. Then you know where to get the donations that you are talking about. And the donations that we are talking about are not funds. They are the exact things that you were naming, equipment and attire. We would also like to call upon the very same community where we are able to provide resources. Can we please take care of them? Can we also make sure we reach out to others? What we are able to do is work on a provincial level. So we can't send you to leagues on a day-to-day basis like the one gentleman was indicating. But rakoboganya, then we go to a provincial. At least it's something that we are also creating. Many of you are saying, you've got champions lying dormant right here in your communities. But let's work in a structured manner. So what I haven't said, Bobo is going to indicate the specifics thereof. Vuyo is going to introduce you to the team that you are going to work with. Thank you.
Thanks, ma'am. There's a couple of questions and concerns that relates to communication. Late information that's not coming back, you don't know what to do, what and when. In that regard, maybe we must commit the corridor to meet the forums, associations and council ka nako e sa fediseng pelo. We will leave our numbers, because the only way we would close a gap here communication is when we talk closer. So we will leave numbers such that we are able to arrange those meetings. We commit to do that. Issues around access to the facility. Most facilities, kids are masipala, di managwa ke masipala. We will help each other to engage the municipality. Because we don't want to commit on something we don't have control on. But we will help each other to engage municipality. There's an issue here, swimming pool here, ko Tukis. We were in a meeting with the mayor and the minister, I think 2 weeks or so back. They will make announcements for themselves, but it's getting attention, including the stadium in Tukomsre, so that we don't take space. Say sing Sarona making announcements. Say sing Saron. Issue ya khona le ntato buileng ka commitment ya MEC for kid. Would want to meet that work. Let's meet. Bo Koko, Rhino setse re buile ke. Ntate Magwe o tla etsa ka re buile. Member, but they are meeting next week with Rhino. And Ntate Magwe is committed to do so. We'll try to do that. Yeah, I think around issues of sports, other issues of funding, like Mayor Pilasande Muvevi was saying, support to participate in leagues and transport, equipment and attire. Key program at department, but we do it mostly through the federations, which is why I'm saying we'll need to talk closer so that it's part of the program. Tsarun, I think around sports and rec, setting, and then let me give it back to you, or Sis Vuyo, as your indication.
I want Vuyo to introduce team. I want to make them popular so that the people know who they are. You know her. Who else is in your team?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. I think I will just introduce Mr. Kwena Mekwe, who is then based here at Kutong. So I think already he has met some and committed to give his numbers so that we can share our plan and our program as the department. Yeah, Kikwena. Thank you.
I think that's it from our side. Nerina le ntate Yasin Lombard. I don't know if utamaile, mara utwa ko Gauteng Sports Confederation, which also means hore we've got a local sports confederation. I get bateng ba represented na. Mara le bona, we would like you to know them so that you knock on their offices. Re a leboga.
Tobela, le kae, ron, modula stulo re leboga se sebaka le re fileng sona. Ka lebitso ke Shane Pure wa ga Maja, re tswa go le mo departmenting under arts, culture and heritage. Chairperson, the speaker tše di tlileng ka moka mo re bile le about 31. Bontši ba tšona di robetše ka lefapheng la tša dipapadi. Di rile di bua di a tsena ka mo lefapheng le tše tša ba di television le di film. Ene ke a tshepa ba šomi ka nna ba go tšwa go Gauteng Film Commission ba tla e tsena tsena. But let me appreciate the voice of the creatives, the voice of artists, the voice of actors and visual artists who represented us here, and you represented us very well. Bontši ba ba tseneng sello se segolo ke access to our facilities. Gore masipala ge santše as arts organizations re access the facilities tša masipala, we struggle because ba re charge. And I think the resolution 8 tlileng ka ntate Bobo ya gore let us open communications further. It will thusha to identify database ya arts organizations, theater practitioners and dance groups that are struggling ka di masepala tse di fapaneng in this corridor and in this region. So that when we have to ensure that we are able to do rebates le masepala or re kgone ho subsidize access into these facilities e ba bokaone, because nnete ke hore we cannot get these facilities for free. Bathrooms must be maintained, security must be maintained, and masepala le ona needs to recoup some monies. So, tšhelete e kgobokantšwang ke masepala to charge for these facilities, rena le masepala, we need to ensure, or at least we subsidize, re patele masepala, or o kgone ho charge bonnyane for us to access these facilities. It nearly pained me, go kwa hore this beautiful facility is only for funerals. It nearly pained me. Yeah, ke ko wena mma. But for that, I want to blame the young people and creatives tsa Khutso. Because for the mere fact that Rena as Chaba, we are accessing this facility for funerals, it means the facility is available. The question becomes, do we have performing groups, dance groups, theater groups in this area that can access this facility? And if we do, why are you not using it? Ho ka lebella stage se se le mo, go ya ka design ba se bitsa hore it's a proscenium arc stage. Meaning, ho dutse mo godimo mo, your view, ho le ka mo leng ka ona mo o kgona ho bona at 180. It is designed for performances. It is designed for audience development. It is designed for rena batswadi to come here and see our children baba modelang, baba actang, baba dancing, for them to come and display their talent here. It is for us to use, not batho ba mahu. Luhu le tla fela ka weekend. Go tsana le nna krega modise re tswa ka Siripekom, luhu le tla fela ka Saturday ka Labohlano. So between Monday and the entire week, we need to ensure for our young people they access this facility. I think yes, Sanjere Lolokore, Sanjere the arts center manager, Ohana Kaubula. Then we must say, how do we open this space? So nana kinya ka re bolele the real issues ja performing arts. Nana kinya ka re bolele the real politics ja di arts. Na ho ka lebella of the most questions tse di tlileng. Rena di artists re laka access to funding, re laka information about funding. So re nele 3 funding instruments ko department. Ya mathomo ba bitsa hore ke grant in aid. Meaning as a sekoloto so fiwang sona. Ke bonyane bo ileng hore mmuso wa o batamela hore for you o nyaka tšhelete ko pele o re shumishe e leng hore ka bone le yona ya gago. Ge re kopanya kaofela it becomes a grant or an aid. Une le se se mo nna bolela ka re feng donation o nyakega ge. Re nyaka bonyane fela. So grant in aid is designed for that. Grant in aid is designed or ha re tlontša ro nyaka lo tše dintšhi re nyaka fela di basics. A constitution ya mokgatlo wa hao or the organization. Re nyaka fela your ID address. Re nyaka fela le di financial. He di se go lokile you can get a waiver. So ha e tshwane lo apply ko bankeng or o apply like a big institution. Grant in aid is for those who do not have to follow the stringent austerity measures to apply. So on that funding, ya arts organizations under grant in aid, our overall budget at department is 4 million. And in this 4 million, we look at the number of applications that we receive and we take the officials out of adjudication. Because the problem is the officials, they are colluder. They seba le di chomi tša bona le family members tša bona, then they go and do botsotsi. So what we do, we issue a call out more nyaka di adjudicators. Where now all lebella mo newspaper, oh kwa department re nyaka di adjudicators, you must nominate people to come and serve in that adjudication panel. So has rena the officials who adjudicate that grant in aid. Eba le batho ba nominatileng ke setšhaba to come and nominate. The new call out, yeah, grant in aid for 2025 no 2026 2027 kona e tlotjwa se re dilang ka sona ga njotsa re dila ka call out ya 2024 2025 e leng gore shetse e fitile. Now we have number of organizations ba leng gore ke ba sports and recreation, ba leng gore ke ba arts and culture, ba leng gore already ne setse ba boditswe gore you are the beneficiaries. Ra bethwa fela ke bothata ba eng ba gore sa le wa ba le di-budget cuts. Ra bethwa ke taba bothata ba gore ya gore auditor are you don't have internal controls to make sure gore ha o be le botsotsi mo. So we have taken a position ya gore re tlo re re emela the roll over request e re dileng ko mmušong ko treasury around September. Re make sure between October le end of January re patela those organizations ba leng gore ba passitše from the previous adjudication. Then re tlo ntsha a call out around one of October mo for the new financial year 2025-2026. Really ra representa mo Chief Director Mokoena wa bolela hore ko departmenteng re tlisitse social cohesion programs in the corridor and in the region. Mara sello se se tlileng on one of the speakers ko I think he was an actor a dutše mo. A re no ha re bolele selo ka dance, ha ra bolela ka music, ha ra bolela ka dance, ha ra bolela ka visual arts. Phoso e leng re e dile maybe re gopela tshwarelo ha re ne re dia this report. Our social cohesion program, more than talent identification, re bitša gore ke social cohesion program. It integrates all forms of talent. Gore se ka tshware bolela fela ka different genres, different dance forms, different visual arts. Ko visual arts o kry-a le gore ho ne le ba di-fashion designer, ho ne le ba di-gallery, ho ne le ba di-craft, so ke di-career tše dintši. Mara for us in terms of language government, we have social cohesion program. So re take more kaofela rona di performers in that aspect. I think there's a festival, Key West Mall, where we have started by doing talent identification in all the complexes and malls and the recreation facility in the corridor. All the winners from those groups, Batlo Yako Key West, Rabale a regional festival. Every region, Ekuruleni, Tswane and others, they are also going to do those talent identification. Then Rokopanya, all the talents are Gauteng. Whether in music, in dance and visual arts, Rabale a provincial festival. And the winners then therefore, there's prizes, there's capacity building programs. I think on the details about communications, my colleagues or the head of corridor, Lintate Max, they are going to take us to those details. But Chair, I think that's what we were able to capture around funding and access to funding in a nutshell. Thank you.
No, ra leboga Chief Director o ya ka rona re nana o re coverile kaofela. For further details, we'll still do the same. We'll stay back a bit, share the number for further details. The program, so kaofela question I think would cover it. Ra leboga pa.
Dumelang, le kae? Re teng, nna ke Bonani Baloi. I am the acting director for libraries and archives. So the questions for libraries were not a lot, but I would like to appreciate the fact that the West Corridor is a reading nation or community. The fact that you are concerned about your libraries means you still want to improve the culture of reading and improve lifelong learning. We are working very closely with municipalities. I think you saw on the presentations that the West Corridor in this financial year, we are transferring 82 million. So what we do is that we work with the head of libraries in municipalities to try and roll out programs and equipment in all the libraries. What we did this year in March, because I saw there was a lot of concerns about technology and equipment, we have bought 120 computers across West Rand, which were rolled out in the 3 municipalities, which is Mogale City, Rand West, and Morafong. In this financial year, we also have a budget that we are going to continue to buy computers. We're going to continue to buy tablets. What we do is that we work with the head of libraries and the librarians to identify libraries that are lacking, that do not have the services. With the issue of machines, we know that there is issues with the end of contracts with municipalities, but on the funds that we transfer to municipalities, those funds, we work very close with municipalities to ensure that the services to libraries are provided, and we will continue to do so. With regards to recruitment, with the funds that we transfer, the funds are also used for the appointment of staff. We try to work with municipalities in the appointment of staff. However, municipalities have got their own recruitment processes that need to be followed. What we always encourage municipalities is that they must appoint qualified librarians. However, they must start by checking local people for appointment and prioritize those, especially if they are qualified. And then with regard to the issues of maintenances, the funds that we transfer are used for maintenance. But in 25-26, as province, we have set aside 9 million to try and work with maintenance for municipalities. So as a top up to what we are transferring to municipalities, we also on a provincial level are going to try and help municipalities with maintenance of these libraries. Thank you.
Good day, Dumelang Absheni Ninjani. My name is Kagiso Moreriane from Department of Sports, Arts and Culture and Recreation. I'm representing Infrastructure Management Unit. And good day to the committee members and the HOD. I'm just going to be brief, colleagues. There was a question on the stadiums. Kokosi Stadium, Tukomsre Stadium. One of my colleagues mentioned that there are facilities or buildings that belongs to the municipalities. But at the provincial level, we are aware of what the municipalities are doing. So my simple answer to the 2 stadiums is that the municipality did, or municipalities did apply for what we call MIG grant, which is applied to the national department. So what I'm saying, Bazad, is that the municipality will themselves engage you regarding this, because I'm aware that they applied 10 million each for these 2 stadiums to renovate them, including Popomolefe. I've heard someone was talking about Popomolefe. The municipality did, but I won't speak on their behalf, colleagues. What I'm aware of is that I've seen that document. They will engage with you with regard to the 3 stadiums, including Popomolefe. Then there was a question on Motlhakeng Library. Motlhakeng Library also is a library that belongs to the municipality. My colleague who was here, Mebonani, has also mentioned that they, as libraries, they transfer money to municipalities for maintenance. So, Motlhakeng Library also, it's a library that belongs to the municipality. So the money that we transfer to municipalities, it's also being used for maintenance of municipality libraries. We only monitor. So at the end of the day, colleagues, we want to assure you that yes, there is money for maintenance at municipalities. As a province, we only monitor those funds to check if municipalities are using those funds to maintain the libraries. Then there was the main one, which is the Kagiso Library. This one is us. There's a lady who was questioning the update. This one is our responsibility at the province. We will complete the project for maintenance. The only issue that we had is that we've been receiving high prices from service providers. You know, colleagues, some of you and other members, they take advantage of government sometimes. If ever we say this thing can be maintained at 10 rand, some they price 20 rands, and we reject it. So unfortunately with Kagiso Library, Extension 7, we've rejected the prices 3 times. Unfortunately, as a community member, you'll be frustrated, but it's our right to reject those prices. So we're going to re-invite for the 4th time, since we have a budget. And we hope that this time, people will be pricing within our budget. So the good thing about Kagiso Extension is that at least we have a budget, and we will deal with it, colleagues, at the provincial level. From my side, I think those were the issues with regards to the libraries and other infrastructure-related questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Dumelang. Erike responded to the 2 questions. Mungaka Munacheni ubuile. I responded to some of the questions of funding chairperson. So in short, Harry decliner applications. Redecliner on 3 bases, Chair. One would be application high compliant, meaning how na the tax clearance and so forth. Yabobedi, it would be because application is not aligned with the objectives of GFC. So at no point would we ask the filmmakers or change their vision or their script. We are not allowed to do that. But if their application is not aligned with the objectives of GFC, that can be declined. The 3rd reason that we may decline applications is because we have huge number of applications and cannot service all of them. The 2nd question, it was on training. We have been very robust on training because we realized that out of 10 people that apply, 7 out of 10, Baba declined. And Baba declined because of criteria issues. The 2nd thing that we have done is we did training in the year 2024, beginning of 2024, for how to compile excellent proposals. We did get a number of people who came through, so we will reconsider it for this year again, so that the applicants can see. We've also done a video that is on our website to say, if we apply, this is what compliance looks like. It's animated, it's there, so nobody can say what we did not know. Information is there. For training opportunities, Chairperson, I would really request our filmmakers batting today to go on our website, to go on our Instagram, to go on all our platforms. How na le opportunity, we will be saying there is this and this and this training taking place in this region. So, and this is where you can apply for these training opportunities. Once again, we are asking our budding filmmakers who are already here to subscribe and be part and follow us on all social media so that le kgone ho ba aware of all the activities that we are undertaking. Lastly, there are programs that will be running, one with TikTok SA, 2 with the Netflix. Again, please visit our platforms. I may not know the exact dates for now because we are concluding partnerships. I am requesting filmmakers, please go on our Instagram, on our website, on our TikTok, on our Twitter, on our Facebook in order for you to be able to access all the opportunities. With that, Chair, I think I have covered sufficiently. Ke a leboha.
Maybe before you leave, can you, anyone to assist the community with the handles? Perhaps you are indicating how to reach you, but perhaps they don't know the handles. Can you give them on social media, Instagram, these are the handles for the department and. Thank you.
Thank you. For the GFC department, we'll give you yours. Motsabi tla tlo lefa tsa department. For GFC, it's Gauteng Film Commission on Instagram, Gauteng Film Commission on Facebook. We are www.gautengfilm.org.za. Thank you, Chair.
We want to appreciate the response from the department. Perhaps just before the HOD of the department come to the stage, HOD, maybe I will request you on behalf of the oversight that there are issues that are low-hanging fruit that we'll want you to speak on it, like the issue of the ground and the poles. Can you speak on that, how maybe to the municipality, how quick they can assist that? That doesn't need even more than 3,000 to be achieved. It cannot take a process of tender or whatever. Can we speak on issues of a ground, HOD? And I want to welcome you, HOD, for arriving to our public stakeholders engagement. You may come forth, HOD, to wrap up on behalf of the department.
Dumelang. Good morning. Let me start by greeting the portfolio committee present today. Through you, Chair, acknowledging the leadership of the department present today, Leba Ahiba West Rand. Kalibizo ke China Mashinene. I see that the leadership of the Gauteng Sports Confederation is also here. Let me recognize Yasin Lombard. Kalibizo ke China Mashinene. I'm the head of department of the Gauteng Department of Sports, Arts, Culture and Recreation. And I accept the responsibility that when the portfolio committee convenes us to engage with stakeholders, they are actually communicating to the department in terms of the work that we should be doing, and also affording us the opportunity to respond and in actual fact give feedback to the community on the work that we are doing. And I must assure you that I was here at the start of the event. I just chose to make myself not that visible, deliberately. And I have my reasons for that. And I want to confirm that by doing the following. Because the inputs that were made by everybody on this stage were in actual fact messages to me to ensure that the department does what is being requested here. So those are the things that I must take responsibility for. Because if they don't happen, it would have meant that I failed. The first person to speak here, ke Obed Kumalo. I hope it's a meeting in Alexander in 2023. The 2,000 rands that was promised to him, and equipment and attire that he never received. He was followed by Aminos from Mohale City Arts and Culture Forum, who started very nicely by recognizing the leadership that is here. And also indicated that the notification for this meeting came very late for them so that they could mobilize for their sector to be able to be present here. And also indicated that the presentation was not visible on the screens and that it was too fast. I'm trying to indicate that I've listened to everybody. He was followed by Mpoma Lema from Ward 17 in Zurubekom, who made funding requests he specifically spoke about budget requests for funding before budget closure. And he indicated that it's closing soon, and I'm sure he was making reference to municipal budget. He was followed by Smangele, who spoke about the Popomolefe Stadium, who was also followed by Buitumelo, talking about the same stadium. Khomotso, a young author, came to the podium, followed by Frida, Okochang, under 13, 15, and 17 in Mohlakeng. Hatla se khobela, a tlo bua ka Tentlome, a housing project in the West Rand. She was followed by Romeo from Ward 24 in Krugersdorp, talking about their needs assistance for dance and acting, as well as football in Mansingville. Then Kweza Vumile, who spoke to us about classism. And no infrastructure plan or budgets in the presentation that we made. Kweza Diana from Ward 17, who's coaching football clubs for ladies. Also talking about equipment and attire. Albertina, Kweza wena after that, yes. Sukville, and then Tlantla Keswa followed on funding instruments, specifically talking about a Christmas event. Obakeng Mohale was next, indicating that funds are not necessarily utilized for the purpose for which they were intended in the first place. Tabang Masela from Ward 35 followed, with Benjamin talking about sports not being existent at all in Mirafong. Kagiso Library was also presented to us. Victoria from Ward 2 also followed of the Rhino Gym Fitness, talking about aerobics and needs for a training center. Utatu Nyembe, Rand West Arts Festival followed and gave us almost 2, 4, 6, 7 issues. And he was followed by Tsepo, the filmmaker from Ward 17. And the Disability Forum came thereafter, raising the first issue on sign interpreting, followed by Teddy Mokotedi, with a registered football team in Kagiso with no league in that area and requesting information around how to access funding within the department.
Teddy followed thereafter. Cecilia Kumalo on cricket and lack of cricket facilities in Khuzong. Tukom's Rest Stadium was raised by two, including Cynthia Peters and Victor from Rand West. Forkville spoke about lack of youth centers and sports facilities, and Saranyembe and Mtembu from Wedela addressed us on issues of Amachichi. And the last speaker was Rosina, who spoke about development, inclusivity, and sustainability. This is just to indicate that I listened to everybody who spoke here and I made notes on everything that was raised here. But then the question becomes, then what? See, vile yonke le nto ibithethwayo apha. So ithetha uthini kuthi loo nto? And I've made several observations. That one, if you listen to all the issues that were raised here, you tend to get the impression that there are 3 or 4 things that drive what we see today here. One, kinto ya hore department high visible. People don't know how this department operates. That's the first observation that I made. The second observation that I made is that people don't understand the funding structures or instruments of this department. That's why people would come on stage and say, what process must we follow? How do we access, and so on and so forth? It's because they don't know what we as a department are doing. And I tend to believe that at any point in time, across the entire province, I can guarantee you that there are no less than 20 events happening. Either in clinics or in schools or in prisons or in homeless shelters or community grounds. Somewhere across this entire province, there are events that are happening. And I already say check. Some of you could be seated here and there's something happening in your ward and you're not even aware of it. And that could well be because this department is probably not communicating well. Now, there are some things that were presented on the screens here of events that are yet to happen in your areas. And I can bet some of you were not even aware that those events are coming. Nelekala udibona today more screening. The third observation that I made is that there's limited knowledge on the processes of government. So that you cannot say, I want assistance and I want it today. My team is playing tomorrow. And we must be very honest. Because there are processes that government follow. But for those processes to be effective, the community must be aware of those processes and how they are undertaken. How about team here, how it looks at my KZN? At a particular date, at what point do you start getting and engaging the department? So that you make sure that you are in line with how government processes these things. So what can we do about all of this? Because I think these 3 things encompass what I think is a challenge that creates that gap between the department and the community it's supposed to serve. Now, Chair, I think we need, as a department, to undertake roadshows. We need to convene our stakeholders to communicate 2 things. 1, the budget of the department, and 2, how the department plans to utilize this budget.
So, Chair, in principle, I'm saying I want the department to go around all 5 corridors and say, this is our APP, so that people know what we are planning to do, so that people know, so that people can be able to align to what the department plans to do. The unfortunate part with government, with provincial government, is that we do not have an IDP process where people make inputs into what government should do. But with province, siyazihlalela thina sodwa, decide in the sports and recreation sector, this is what we're going to do. In the arts and culture sector, this is what we're going to do. In the heritage and so on and so forth. We don't get inputs up front. But when we have developed that plan, we must then be able to go back to the community and say, because part of what we're showing you here today is what is in our APP. So that Kaya West event that's coming up shortly, we decided on that. But what we have not done is to communicate that to you. In June alone, I was making a presentation yesterday to EXCO. Part of that presentation included all our upcoming events. And it is that type of presentation that I think we should be able to do to the community, so that you know what's going to happen. For the next 3 months, you must know what's going to happen in your ward. And when you know what's going to happen in your ward, you'll be able to engage with the department effectively. As I conclude, infrastructure came out quite strongly in the form of arts and culture centers, in the form of sports and recreation facilities. The infrastructure unit spoke about the infrastructure plans for the current, the Wedela, Combi Courts, the Coxworld, Zurubecom and Mellerstein, libraries. Is it library? Yeah, libraries. But that again is new information, things that people don't know. So our stakeholder engagement will also include our infrastructure portfolio. We are aware that there are problems with sporting infrastructure. In fact, in the province, we've got 47 stadiums, all township-based. In Tshwane alone, there is not a single stadium that works. The last stadium that was working there was Giant. It has now been decommissioned. In Ikuruleni, the only stadium that works is Tsakane. In the West End, I think it's Eisintsweleng, ne? It's the only one that's still working. It's Eisintsweleng. Out of 47. So we need to unpack our infrastructure plan to inform the community of what we intend doing about those. Facilities like this one, for instance, community centers, community halls. We must communicate what our plans are with those things on an annual basis. So our APP, including must be a public document. You must be able to look at it and say, I know in my ward there's going to be the following things next month. Having said that, Chair, I want to then wrap it up by making a short comment on low-hanging fruits. That we are in discussions with the municipalities to try and enter that space so that we can assist. The unfortunate part is that most of these low-hanging fruits are in the municipal space. As a province, we do not have rights on a hall like this, for instance. It belongs to the municipalities. But because we are an upper level of government to municipalities, we can engage with municipalities to make sure that something happens here. So we are in the process of engaging on that to ensure that municipalities are effective. It is indeed true, as stated, particularly on our library services, that we transfer quite huge sums of money to municipalities for the upkeep of libraries. And if that is not happening, then it's up to us as the province to ensure that we engage, we intervene to ensure that that service delivery is kept. So let me pause here and thank you for your attention. And I have indeed noted every point that was made here and will certainly work on it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, HOD. Community, one thing that we want to assure you as an oversight committee is that this is not our last engagement meeting. And just before the year end of this financial that was presented to yourselves, we are definitely coming back to tell you if the project of 2026 that has been indicated, it has started and where and how far it is. We are coming back for the department to come and account on those issues. We want to welcome all the response from the department, and I want to indicate that it has been indicated, you'll all know that we have a rainwater issue where they are servicing the pipes and their infrastructure. So now it has been indicated that the toilets are no longer working. However, we have the mobile toilets that they can be accessible if one needs to, when the nature calls. I want to invite the Honorable Member Chabalala to close for the Oversight Committee. Over to Mr. Chabalala. Okay.
Dumelang, le kae? Ke utlwa re bua di-language tse ngata ka moo. E reng ke re molweni hape, ke re sanibonani. Maybe before, never feel the simplest of tasks. But ke tlo kwala. Bana ba itse ke way forward le kwala. Mara ke nana di-submission tsa lona ke tsona tse sentseng di fane ka way forward. And then maybe before ke kwala, mara hona le group it will perform. But ke black art first, ka black first art. So arkata o kwala itukiseng letle ka pele. The department ke nana le utlwile. It cannot be that every time re kopana le di stakeholders ba complain hakana, ba frustrated hakana, ba bua ka di challenges tsa bona. I think maybe after this session, next time re kopana, re bua le di stakeholder kapa le bua le di stakeholder, ebe ba express the joy because of assistance e ba ithotseng ho lona. But as the HOD a cholo le chairman ya letsatsi, or this is not the last session e leng hore re interact ka yona. So as a committee, re understand the frustration tsa lona, hence re bitse this thing. Re understand or in most cases department will fail. But ki a discussion for another day. Ne re lebohe boteng ba lona, we know re ba bang ba lona le sacrifice tse mabaka a lona le ntho tshwantse be la di etsa la tla la tlo re joina monana. So re ho fitlela hona tje mosebetsi wa rona o tlo fella monana, but ke tsena na di official tsa lona ba batlang ho bana le di informal discussion le ka ba tshwara ka matso la bua le bona. And then lastly bare catering ba tlo etsetsa ka monana ba kopele dule fatshe dijo ba tla di tlisa ka monana. Ke a leboha re kwetse group ya tlo perform le ka tla hela tlo perform. Thank you.
Community members, just before you leave, there are these gadgets that were given to yourself. Kindly not take them with you, because it doesn't, if you take them with you, it's not going to be useful for you to have it. Just please leave them behind. Don't take them home with you. The performers, thank you very much, Bantu Base. Bako Murafong. Halala Murafong, halala.